Oh yeah, we back with another episode of The Twisted Tea, where we come to bring you the news with a twist. Now, yesterday we were diving into, well, Lil Durk and all of the stuff going on in his arrest. Yesterday we went through case files, a couple of the things going on. We went in there and kind of determined there may be some snitch action happening throughout that process. So, with that being said, today we're going to dive into what other people are saying, some of the things that are taking place in the background of the scene, maybe figure out who the snitch is. Oh, yeah. So, let's get to diving. Stay with me while we change screens because we are going to dive into that. And prior to that, let's look at this. So, just to let you know, all right, here we are. As you can see, there's been a lot going on inside this case. Now they coming out here and they telling us, look, this is in here for today's date. So they coming out here telling us that there might have been other things going on behind the scenes that he's still pulling the strings. Me personally, whether he's pulling the strings or not pulling the strings, I think that he has came to a point in his life where he has decided to try to change his life a little bit. And so he may not necessarily still be pulling these strings, but someone else may be out there to get him since he is trying to change his life and not push things inside the manner of which they would like him to push it, which is negativity. Now, with that, the reason why I say that is because I was watching an interview last night, which I do have clips of, where he was talking with DJ Academics, and he goes to show where there was a time that everybody was stating that he was unfollowing Gunna. And he went to go show on his phone that he's never actually personally unfollowed Gunner. So if that was done, it was done without his knowledge. And when I caught that, I said, well, wait a minute. If that was one of the things done in the technical world without his knowledge, well, how do we actually know that everything else was done with his doing, right? Because you could easily take his credit cards and use those to have these things paid for and him transport, have other people transport back and forth, especially when we know now there is a rat. So if that is the case, how do we know that that person wasn't behind the scenes making these dealings happen without the knowledge of what was going on? I'm just saying, it's a possibility. Now, on this article that popped up, it's saying that Lil Durk ordered the killing of OTF Jam's baby mama. Again, we were told that OTF Jam, like I said, we're going to get into who may have been wearing the wire. And they were talking about OTF Jam may have been the one rocking the wire. So if that is the case, that OTF Jam was rocking the wire, well, somebody thought that it was time they got a little payback out of it, which isn't good. I'm just saying, right? Death isn't good. And here's what tended to happen from it. So, Chicago rapper Lil Durk was arrested, as we already know, in Miami, October, a few days ago. We know why, because of the connection with the murder for hire plot. But, all right, the feds believe Lil Durk paid, stop throwing all these things at you, two other people killed. Okay? Number one, Stephen Mack, who killed Lil Durk's D-Thing. Now, again, eye for an eye, it's a street thing. It does happen. So it doesn't necessarily mean that Durk said, I want it done, even though he probably did want that to happen or wanted someone to pay for it, doesn't mean he necessarily said it, right? There is technically no proof on that happening. This is a assumption based off what this person has said. Okay. Number two would be OTF Jam's baby mom. Yeah. See, they found out that OTF Jam, right, was wearing the wire. So feds link OTF Jam and
The thermostat control will
keys and
automatically shut
pointing to
down when
all three
outdoor
bodies.
temperatures drop below 35
Well, they
degrees.
link him to basically, they need him to put Dirk in jail for all the bodies, right?
U.S. company
So they kept
Lucas
him
Graham.
rocking the wire. Now, it says that Miss Redmond was a postal worker shot multiple times while delivering mail abroad in broad daylight back in July, right? On the south side of Chicago, where she was pronounced dead shortly after the incident. The shooter's getaway vehicle was found abandoned, burnt
You're gonna
nearby.
regret this, you
Surveillance
fat
footage was
bubble
released
brain.
by law enforcement capturing a masked person basically getting into a stolen
Oh
car
yeah, now we're
famously
talking.
shortly after. They did end up 2 months later making a 15-year old. They
Nice.
caught somebody
Let's build a
really
strong team.
young, 15, right? A lot. 12, 13, 14, 15.
Shoot
You
him,
start
quick.
getting introduced to this stuff, but sometimes even younger. But as identified, they identified him as the killer. He was charged with felony to commit first-degree murder
Yes, good job.
and was appeared to court
Come on, come on,
November
come on.
1st. So believe
I
me,
really need a
that
take,
was
but
coming up. Matter of fact, that's coming up in
wow,
2 days.
this mage is so
So he's set
powerful.
to appear in court in 2 days. Let's see what happens in that case to see what he might say. Despite online speculation,
We are so close.
no credible
Let's
link
finish it.
have been established between him and Little Durk or TF Jail. Okay, so like I said, people be thrown out there, not
Damn it!
necessarily
What
things
did I
that
do
actually
wrong?
are inside really have stuff on. Now, in a separate incident, it says Stephen Mack was shot and killed January 7th, 2022, in another neighborhood in Chicago while leaving a youth peace center. Well, that's not a good way to go. He was ambushed by two people, a security guard present during the shooting did survive. Now, in December 2023, federal charges were brought against two men, Anthony Preston, in connection with Mack's murder. Now, Wilson not pleading guilty, and Howell remains at large. That's interesting. One pled not guilty, the other one's still out there running around. Now, with that being said, what's interesting with that, like I said, it doesn't necessarily mean that Lil Durk said that he wanted to get the revenge for his brother. I'm not saying that he didn't have it in his feeling of wanting to do it, right? I'm just saying we don't know if he actually made the call to make that happen. You know, we ain't gonna go out there speculating he did. Some people have, see, but I'm not gonna go out there and speculate that because I also watched an interview where he said that his brother, and those who don't know, his brother was connected, right? He said that his brother was connected, was like really close to like Future. So I said to myself when I heard that, I go, all right, if his brother was really connected with Future, he's kind of the reason why Dirk and Future ended up in the kid. His brother's kind of connected in the city, right? Where the father's connected, the brother's kind of connected. So yeah, there's a lot of hate going on, and even academics asked, Lil Durk how he felt about some of this stuff going on and all the killing, and if he felt some type of way. And of course, it gets to you, um, but it doesn't mean that necessarily. Yeah, we need them to shut that up. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's the one that they wanted to go ahead and make it happen and commit it, right? So connection, Little Durk's recent charges with that in federal for 29 Timothy leaks
I love pizza. I love donuts.
were dropped under
I
Georgia's Stand
really
Your
do.
Ground Acts. Yep, yep,
You've been
yep.
struggling
And we
to
know
lose
that
weight.
already about
Check
the whole
this
little
out.
Tim thing.
With a
All
friend
right.
Vince
So
Piet, again, a celebrity trainer, co-founder of V-Shred.
basically, in
Vince
this
is
article, what they're
based
trying to
in
tell
Great
us
Naples,
is
fitness
that
model,
it's a
which
possibility that
appreciates
they
the
may try to
events
connect
because
these two
watching your
events
videos, I was on the phone
inside of
with
his
him for
case.
4
Again,
years. So
The one thing I think they're gonna be looking for in this case to try and build it up to more is if they go ahead and talk about the guns and the drugs going on inside of this stuff, and that they're using the funds from the record label to fund this stuff, you know what they look for after that, man. They start looking into the RICOs. And then if they can tie these into it, it won't look too good if it can be connected, right? Now,
that ain't how you lose weight.
knowing that,
None of my clients do that.
with all of this
Nobody
stuff
has ever
going
asked me
on,
how to lose
Lil
weight.
Durk has
I
been
told them to do that.
continuously getting support and supported from other people and other individuals and a lot of his fans, right? And I was like, wow, not that, it was some type of thing where I was like, oh, wow, I always felt he would get some support, but the support that he was getting, where the people were standing outside and cheering him on, that type of support, I was like, oh, wait a minute. So you give me you all out into the, we're going to, give me 1 second. We're going to get into the next spot. Sometimes we be playing with these screens and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. You give me a second. This is the one I'm looking for. Got you. That's right now. All right. So obviously this is going into Tory Lanez, Lil Durk, and some Young Thugs and the Menendez. It got a lot to go with all of this stuff that goes on. We're going to skip a few of it and go right down here. Okay. So rapper Lil Durk, as we know, he's been charged, which we keep throwing out there. But look at this. All right. Look at that. You see that? You see him? Free Durk. That's right. He out there. He got him a fan out there after winning the Grammys and doing his thing. Right? He got him a fan out there. Look at this. Boom. Okay. Offering that free support right there. Now, we all know it won't make a difference. This one guy right here won't make a difference.
And she has to make a public announcement first.
Okay, yeah. So you're just here to show support, but you don't want to say anything yet.
I'm supporting him because I know he's innocent. But regarding going into details, his lawyer hasn't made a public statement yet.
Yeah.
So first, I'll let his lawyer make a public statement.
Yeah. Are you a fan?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. Well, thank you.
All right. So he is a fan, but he also just said that he feels as though, even though the lawyer hasn't made a statement, that, well, Durk may be innocent. And like I said at the beginning of this stream, it wouldn't surprise me if this was interestingly a setup, even though we know that years ago he was part of the gang culture. We know that as of late, he's been trying to change out what his life is and how he does things in his life. So it wouldn't surprise me if, they said, oh, you trying to get out? We know what to do to keep you in, baby boy. Gotcha. No problem. We'll pay off for these individuals right here to commit some stuff behind your back. You know what I mean? Let them know their families are going to be taken care of. And here we go. Now, let's be honest, okay? This here is the only fan or the only people out there making this happen for him. You give me another second. Hold up. You give me a second. We're going to pop open some more fans. Now, this person right here, hold up. All right. 1 second. This person over here, I'm about to take you to that page in 30 seconds. We're going to get y'all onto this one. This person over here, though, he had a lot to say. He from Chicago. He said Durk brought him out on stage. They did some of that. So he had a whole lot to say with what was going on. Let's get into this. And you tell me what you think about what he has to say. I mean, even though, I'm be honest, if you don't understand it, it wouldn't surprise me.
I'm trying to whoop the feds on for them great. That nigga from the rap. He ain't different free folks. Let's start here. Let's just break all this shit down. My kids, do your homework on trying to be in Italy, Switzerland, and Israel. Folks was going to Israel. On for the only nigga we know in Israel was Jesus. On for the.
Now, you all heard that, Lil Durk had a couple different flights planned out for different places, and that with those flights being planned out in the different places, he was trying to hide and evade police. But again, like I said, it isn't hard for somebody else to take those credit cards, plan all those flights out and make it the way that it is, and then go, hey, man, you actually got a connecting flight here. We need you here at this time for that. And then he just show up and everything happened to take place. Now, I also will go out there to state and be like, well, I believe that Durk also knew what was taking place prior to it taking place, because most of these people in these situations do. And they know before the feds and all these other people start coming to get him, as we're going to turn to one of his songs that I caught, not right now, but shortly, and look at that.
Back on other grad, do y'all homework. Then you got this OTF jam nigga jamming niggas up. Like, let's just start that free to real on my baby. It different on phone. Yeah. I'm all at the concert. Durk just brought me out on stage trying to say the kids put the piece on For Them Grade. We was on some new shit on For Them Grade. You got a nigga who you done fed on For Them Grade. It's bogus, folks. I don't care where y'all from on For Them Grade. I don't care what side y'all from, folks. This shit bogus. On For Them Grade, real niggas gon' feel it.
So he keep even yelling out that it's bogus.
Different. Man, you feed a nigga for 12 years. He come home with a wire. A wire. A wire is crazy, bro. A wire. Do y'all homework on me bringing my mama, so the feds was watching my mama too? It hit different. Am I in some shit now? Like, let's just strike there. Like, I mean, we got a little link card fraud. I'll just be real. I'm putting them.
So I don't think his mama's in the nut, and I don't think he's in the nut either, unless, you know, he's been caught on the wire doing some stuff. I think he'll be all right. But the point that I like out of this was that, you know, he did just say Durk brought him out. They were trying to do something different for the kids. Durk has been on that whole, I'm trying to do some things for the kids. We're going to get into that and how he's been changing in an interview that he did very shortly. But look at this, man. They don't stop, right? You thought that cat over there in California was the only one coming to show support. Man, look at them over there in Ghana. Now, I will say, I don't know if those were the aftermarket shirts or the real ones, but they got them, all right? And they out there yelling free the guy. Hey, they supporting. Now, here is a guy who shows no support, all right? I'm not even going to lie to you. If you've seen him before or you haven't, his name is Charleston White. And he's been commenting on Chicago music for a long time anyway. And he always has his moments. Like, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. It's Charleston White, right? So let's see what he had to say.
The real victory. Now that demonic force, because it is a demonic force. It was a dark force. It was a dark energy that came down from Chicago and spread throughout America. I think we now finally get to put that fire out. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill.
Now, Durk said that he didn't necessarily consider himself a drill artist. All right? Whether or not you as a person do or do not consider him to be a drill artist, that's up to you in your opinion. He said he was more like in a singer state. I do think that music does play a part inside of people's heads. And for a lot of the youth, dependent upon what they hear, how they hear, and how they see and what they see, they don't know the difference between real or fake half the time.
Down goes the drill.
Now, let's just get into the comments real fast. Look at this. It says, look, I don't agree with probably a lot of shit Durk did, had to do, and his pops had to do. So this person doesn't believe what a lot of things that Durk did, he had to do, or his pops had to do. I do believe in scrapping them knuckles. Yeah, you got to scrape them knuckles. That's right. Do believe in it. And may the best man win and move on with your lives. You see, because that's what it used to be. You used to be able to hold those one-on-ones. Everybody just circle up, watch it, laugh, giggle. You get your bang on, you keep it moving. It's not like that. For the trolling man, it says all that trolling man of Dirk statue in them streets will get him hurt badly. I believe might be random person just about to need to chill. Look.
12th round knockout because it looked like they had got away and they get to ride off into the sunset. So this is a victory for law-abiding Black Americans who like hip-hop music but don't like the killing part of it. So we get
it's a lot of free Durks right now. It's a lot of free. The free Durk campaign has begun.
Every day I'm gonna wake up trolling. Every day I'm gonna wake up trolling because they blackballed Quando Rondo because
crack baby.
He was self-defending himself. They blackballed Lil Tim because he was standing up for a friend. Homie, come on now. Free Lil Durk. Keep him locked up. Don't give him no bond. Send him to a USP because of his record. And then got to think about this. He got
he does got a record, an extensive one, but he did just have some things taken off a couple years ago so that he could look good.
Go to California. GDs and BDs ain't got no say-so in California.
There you go. And that guy outside the prison there, that guy outside the prison over there, well, he ain't going to be outside the court. He won't be able to help you. Doesn't look like he got much pull inside there. Now, yesterday we talked about King Von's mural being messed up. And look, surprise, surprise, surprise. How do we happen to just find something on that? And look, you see this? It definitely looked messed up. It looked all messed up. But King Von was a monster, though. He killed people. He killed a lot of people, it says. What the girl? And that's what I said when I seen the video. And you know, academics put it up. A fan cleaning up King Von's mural. Said if this was one of the victims' relatives, ask them why. Duh. You could be next on the same wall. Yeah, they wild for this stuff, man. They wild for this.
If anybody asks who cleaned this, Melody Barlena.
Okay. Just in case y'all missed it.
If anybody asks who cleaned this, Melody Barlena. What the fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, what y'all talking about? All right. Well, I'm glad she did something positive with her. Now, let's get into now, all right, into the whole snitching thing, all right, because Act was doing digging, we were doing some digging, but Act made some sense, so I wanted you to see what type of sense this man made.
6ix9ine did the hired, organized some murders and did tell, so I want to bring that back a little bit, but in this case, it wasn't like a situation like how we saw with like 9 Trey. And even at the top of the ring with 9 Trey, that was a racketeering, and 6ix9ine wasn't at the top of the ring. Even though you think he was. It was actually, fuck about you. You're a peon. You're a peon. Mel Murder was that. Trey, that was a racketeering, and 6ix9ine wasn't at the top of the ring. Even though you think he was. It was actually, Mel Murder was that.
Now, I know this got to do with the 6ix9ine thing, but the one thing you need to take from this is the ranking, all right? Just because Lil Durk is the face of everything that goes on, it doesn't necessarily mean that he was the top of his rank over there, right? He may have been the big shot caller, but they do a really good job of not coming out letting you know that.
Top of the rank, based on how the gang organization broke down, you know what I mean? So, but here, at the top of the ring for the conspiracy, even though it's not racketeering, it's co-conspirator 1, which means he can't tell on nobody. I mean, he can tell on the people below him, but he's still...
Now he's going, let me just get you in, keeping you up, all right? He's diving back into the case that we're discussing right now with Lil Durk and talking about co-conspirator 1, how co-conspirator 1 can't tell on anyone because they would be pretty much at the top. So everybody below that person can tell on you, right? You get me? But they can't really do much to tell on them because it's like, this person, number 1, has told 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 what to do.
is guilty for everything they're saying. Without him, none of them do anything. Without co-conspirator one, no murder happens. Without co-conspirator one, no one travels to LA for a murder. So co-conspirator one, if he's not dead, this puts him in the crosshairs of possibly being indicted.
That's right.
But I think he's only indicted if Wilson, which is Didi, if Didi snitches, which we know OTF niggas, they're not snitching.
He says that. But, homie, what a wire. Keep going.
Grant hide his face on every picture. He don't look like he telling it all. Or co-conspirator 2.
Grant went and bought the mask.
But it's funny already because co-conspirator 2's name is not mentioned, and he's a trigger puller. So I'm thinking he's cooperating.
What does that tell you? Like I said, when we was reading it yesterday, all blacked out. They don't mention something, you know, like I know, be careful, right? So here's the thing. Say me, Jack, Johnny, and Bobby run into the store, right? I go, all right, we coming to get all the cash. Okay. The other 3 people are out there with me to go get all the cash. Now, we all get stopped. We all get brought in. But I start reading the paperwork, and I don't see Johnny's name in the paperwork. Right? But I see everybody else's. I'm going to be looking around going, well, anybody see Johnny lately? Huh? Right? I want to know. That's what's happening here. Okay? They all went and did it. And now the paperwork done came out, and they looking around going, hold up. How'd you get blacked out of this?
And if he's cooperating, as I said, I think one is going to be in jail if he's not dead. Okay? Cool.
His words.
All right.
Dead or jail.
Let's get back to page 12. Cool.
All right.
Everybody keeping up with me?
Just the way it works.
Cool. Which again, as I'm saying, co-conspirator 2 seems a little bit.
You see that too? Co-conspirator 2. Again, name. Bang. Travel to the hamburger restaurant.
Whatever. Which, by the way, again, let's say co-conspirator 2 was a hitman for OTF. He's done a couple of murders. They could have snagged him early and said, or no, maybe he was locked up before and say, bro, check this out. We got you on 3 murders. We're going to charge all these guys. If you ever want to go see your kids.
Which they got homie on the wire.
You're probably looking at 2025.
That's it.
But you're fucked here. We got you on camera here. You're fucked here. You're fucked here. We really don't even give a fuck about you. You're a peon. You're just a shooter. We want to stop all of this. If you give up some people, you'll get out of jail at some point.
Yeah, that's what they do.
If you don't give up nobody, you're going to die in jail. Absolutely. You pick your poison. That's a possibility.
Yo, stay tuned. We're going to head into Lil Durk and DJ Academic's interview where Durk gets into talking about how he's been changing his life, things on King Von, and how he really don't like snitches, which is crazy to me.
And that's where the RICO would come in.
I mean, I get it. I get that he don't like snitches. I understand that part, right? I get it. But he was just so close to you all.
Where they drop the racketeering charges and the dude comes in and says, yeah, not only did I kill Lil Bobby, I killed this guy for him. This guy got killed under the name of OTF, and now it's an OTF RICO, but it's not a RICO. Yes, conspiracy.
That's it.
Murder of Lil Pop. Anyway, so they talk about yo, listen, I need my money. Yo, why do people gotta for the murder for hirers and the murder for hirees? Right after y'all kill somebody, I know y'all love y'all money, but it's probably not the time.
You see, because they got he makes a valid point because these idiots, they said, were over there at the burger joint discussing forms of payment. Now, the only way for them to know about the forms of payment going down at the burger joint and the details of the conversation at the burger joint is if somebody there told them, hello, the only way. Or they were wearing a wire.
Meet up and have a group powwow, like a mukbang, over, okay, when are we getting paid for the murder that the police have still
Right.
kicked around? Like, yo, listen.
Whew. Like I said, man, DJ Academics did a really good job of pulling it all together and piecing those pieces together. So yeah, we definitely know that they snitching. We definitely know the wire's getting worn. We are going to dive into what him and Academics had for an interview, seeing how that, you know, again, Academics and him were close. They've been close. Academics has followed his whole career, as well as most of the people out there in Chicago. So let's dive into some of the stuff that they may have been talking about. It will get skimmed through pieces of it because, like, even on this part at the beginning, it really, look, this was a 3-hour interview before we even get into what is on here. This was a 3-hour interview, almost 3.5. And I was not playing that for y'all. Okay. So I picked out some parts on it where I was like, oh, okay. Right. I still have almost an hour and a half left to watch of this interview. I'm not saying that it was entertaining, but some of it had some stuff others did not. Now, here we go.
One of the closest motherfuckers told me, start rapping.
This is how he started.
He just banged some artists. So that made me kind of go hard. You know what I'm saying? But when I see Vaughn, always been Vaughn. Like, if Vaughn was going to be a rapper, a basketball player, football player, Vaughn was always going to be Vaughn.
The reason why I leave that at what it is because, let's be honest, this whole thing, according to the feds, it all stems from what's going on from Vaughn, right? And those two had a close relationship.
Like a good-hearted motherfucker. So he like, man, when I go on Breakfast Club, man, I'm finna, man, woo. So when I finally put him on the Breakfast Club, he was trying to act like he didn't know what was going on. Yeah, but he a good artist. Like, he one of the ones.
I've said this, which I don't think it's controversial now, but, you know, at the time when, you know, I said it when he was alive, I think.
So with him being one of the ones, we all know that he also had his own little terror reign that he went on, according to the people. So, I mean, again, it probably happened. But with that being said, him going on that terror reign, Lil Durk being there for the terror reign, like, he knew who he was. But he also knew that he probably had a good heart like most people.
Some people, because they sometimes attribute this type of attribute to super lyrical people. I said, King Von is one of the greatest storytellers he is that's ever been in rap. Because he's told us these stories that people are still trying to figure out, is this real, this ain't real? He brought us on a journey that,
see, with Vaughn, you know, it's so crazy, because Vaughn, I had a studio in my house. I used to live in Atlanta.
Okay.
And Vaughn, like, man, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, go get some money. I'm gonna do this. He like, bro, I want to rap.
So he let him. But let's get to, you know, they hit me on some ads on this.
And massive press coverage.
Close off his back type shit. So, but close off it. He ain't be able to reach his caliber. See, we know him personally. Like, he a funny motherfucker, good hearted, get close off his back type shit. So, but if he was here, he'd be one of the biggest motherfuckers. You would see his talent. Like, you would
now,
do a movie, you would do whatever. Like, man, this motherfucker, like, I really fuck with him. See, when he passed, that's when all the, oh shit, he killed him and him and him and him and him.
All right, I stop it because he made a valid point there, which might go over our heads if we don't pay attention, right? He said that when he passed was when all the negative information came to light, with a lot more negative information. Obviously, they knew some of the stuff that he had done already, but even more stuff came to light as he decided and when he passed. That was basically to discredit him as a person, right? You got to look at it like this. If he was alive, they really, truly wanted him to keep up with what he had going on as far as the music he was making, because they wanted him to influence the kids with the style of music and drill music they had going on, right? So that's why Durk just said when he passed, they changed the way that it was all thought about and mentioned. right? Because they wanted that to keep going. But when he died, they're like, well, we don't really need the legacy. It is what it is. We have everybody else to sit here and make this mess for stuff and to get you all to feel and act the way you act. So what does it matter?
So they try to paint a picture. They're trying to paint a picture of him so everybody can look at him like he a badass motherfucker. What do you think about that? So this is some documentary that came out, but I think people have kind of like.
It's funny that he asked him what he thinks about that, right? Because it happens all the time where somebody is here with us and we look at them one way and then they pass and they get a whole nother side, or the media is painting pictures like they're doing right now with Durk. They're giving us this stuff out, right? Like, and then they go, here you go. But we've already watched for years as Durk has been inside the media for this and in the media for that. So we already have an idea of, going, oh yeah, it's Chicago. They do this. This is what they do. They kill. They do this. They do that. So in our head, when this comes up as a trial and going to court, we already sit back and go, oh, it's okay. They probably did because we're already programmed to what they do, quote unquote, right? Same thing with the whole thing with Diddy, right? As messy as it is, everything was put out first and then he gets picked up. So you're seeing it as this is what's happening and it has to be true. But then they go arrest, put in the case. And now that the case is going on, you go, oh yeah, he's definitely guilty.
Floated the idea.
Even before we can actually get true facts, because truthfully, we're really getting the media side of everything that comes out. We're not necessarily getting the person.
Yes. And they're saying that Juan was a serial killer. And for some people, they're looking at it to say, well, man, this guy is maybe the most quote-unquote gangster rapper we've ever
Look at his
seen.
face.
He
Look at his
actually
face.
may have
Look at
done
his face.
everything he said. And then some people are saying, well, whoa, is this supposed to be how rap is? Yeah. What's your response to it? I mean, to what documentary just Vaughn? I mean, just the overall sentiment. Do you think he's honestly? I ain't watched the documentary because I know it's cap.
He didn't watch the documentary because he knows it's cap. You know what it means? That's because, again, do you think that they actually went and chatted with him? Do you think they actually went and chatted with the people around him that grew up with him that was really there? Or do you think they paid a few people to say a few things? Because this man who grew up with him grew up around him, said, yo, that was cap. For those who don't know cap, I'm sure everybody on here knows what cap means. It means a bunch of bullshit.
But Vaughn, knock your ass out. We'll respect it. I ain't even lie. He made me like really sit back and be like, damn, let me do this for my kids, man. I'm tripping. Damn, let me do this for my block. Yeah. I had to sit back like, let me do this for my block. Like, and it don't even be no necessarily no bad shit. Just be like, this little bro probably just wants some pants, some mirrors. But I'm moving so fast that I'm not even looking at it like that. See, Vaughn stopping and acknowledging it like, little bro, some mirrors. But mirrors on the block. That's $1 million.
See that? But I mean, it still doesn't speak to the fact. I mean, it speaks to the fact of him being a good-hearted individual and paying attention to the surroundings to know that other people that are there and that are around definitely need that help and that handout. But it also speaks to the fact, to the awareness of, if I'm taking care of them, they taking care of me.
So I had to sit back and be like, okay. He gave the whole blockchain, gave the whole block $100, $200, how much, whatever it was. He signed his block. I had to sit back like, damn, like, this nigga really the voice. Like, shit, if you ask me, like, he teaching me shit. I remember that video where he brought like 100,000 and busted down, like, he bust that shit down for real. He busted down. Like, that wasn't just like no look type shit.
He did it.
Like, he get everything.
All right. So we got a little bit into the Vaughn, but I'm gonna try and skip forward to Durk.
Call into your pops. Call into your uncle.
So
does he mourn? You know, obviously he lost every like yo. One thing I used to criticize about Trey, he said, man, no matter what. And I've covered everything about you. You know what I mean? And I said, this dude, he never shows no emotion. Like, I'm like, I know he got to be going through some of the worst times when obviously certain situations arise or whatever, or he's going through things that would make any regular person, any regular human break down, kind of like, yo, say fuck this shit. And we never seen that moment. We never seen that moment where you're like, yo, listen, I'm going through a lot right now. Just give me some time more. And I've always said, damn, does he more?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Durk isn't on social like that. And I don't blame him, right? There's a lot of people out there that aren't on it like that. And then there's a lot of attention-seeking individuals. So, you know, for him not to be an attention-seeking individual, I appreciate it.
You know, obviously, you lost
everybody more. Everybody show emotions, but I just can't see myself just doing this. Damn, man, this shit crazy, man. This shit is like, nah.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when I started getting more into my religion.
All right. You hear that? As he starts to get more into his religion, you see, as you get more into your religion, you start to have those faith-based beliefs, right? And when you have that, you know, it makes you a stronger person. So let's get into this.
It's just like, talk to my pops while he was locked up, talk to my uncle now. And they like, man, we had the money, fame, the cars, we had the city on lock, we some of the biggest gangsters, and we went to jail and got life. So he like, so what you going through? Like, been through. He like, so when you call, like, call vent to your pops, call vent to your uncle. Like, let's talk. Let's have a conversation.
You heard him. City on lock. Got it all, right? And that's why I said earlier, like, he might not have been the person to make the call on his brother's attacker or the person that killed his brother. He might not have been the person to go, yeah, I need it done. Because he might not even need to be that person, right? There's other people still higher than him and everything that goes on, even though he's denounced the gang life, right? You know, like I know, you might denounce things. And I know, look, I know people who have been in, got out, moved on with their life, right? Brothers are still in. So they don't necessarily need to be firsthand into everything. Somebody else might just be there, right? He didn't have to necessarily make the call, but they're going to try and paint the picture like he made a call.
He like, I don't want to hear no crying. I don't want to hear no complaining. I don't want to hear no, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do this, I can't do that. He's like, because I just showed you I did.
Oh, yeah, you know they're going to hit me with those. Give me a second. Look at that. Lost.
You not only lost Ron, but your brother, Ethan. Man, you guys were on top of the world. And when that situation occurs where, you know, the city again claims the life of somebody you love, I mean, you know, how do you even rationalize that? You know, I know it's like you're not gonna. You got your people.
He just told him he ain't jumping on social media to cry, AK. Why are we still asking these questions? How does he rationalize it? He breaks it down all inside here.
People who you probably deal with it in the house, but like you got to get to a point, right?
As far as what, like, talking about like being emotional, telling people.
Well,
how I deal with it.
Well,
yeah.
It's like constantly death being, you know, occurring at probably the worst times, especially with people you love. You know what I mean? Like,
I just think we was always more popular than a lot of people. So like everybody we saying songs, everybody we hung around, took pictures with, did this with, they got their own life. You know, my real blood brother. But I just learned my emotions is just like, I'm just a different type of nigga where it's like, I'm telling you, like, that rug is powerful. Like, I lay the rug.
The rug is powerful. Now, I don't practice in the religion, right? But I will say again, I don't practice in their religion and to the Muslim religion, but I will say that faith-based creates power, right? So that's why he says the rug is powerful because he has changed into the Muslim religion.
Down, I pray. I cry on the rug. I cry while I'm praying.
That's it.
I cried during Ramadan. But guess what? India ain't never see me cry. My daddy ain't never see me cry. My mama ain't never see me cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's only one person that can help the hurt. You know what I mean?
There's only one person that can help the hurt.
So I be praying, like, just getting more into religion, like, because the world is a joke right now. You could be dead serious right here, and a clip come out the mouth, motherfucker. Hell no, man. That nigga, he crying like a mother. Hell no, I ain't crying. Like,
Thinking about it, right?
Warrior, like, I'm different, like, one type shit.
You ever feel guilty though? Like
Good question,
guilty in a sense of
It's like death.
what comes with sometimes the entertainment and all the life and the money, right?
And y'all know, if y'all don't know, he's referring to the sacrifices.
You said there's people that's jealous. The reason why they're jealous is because probably your success, they can't get to you. Or
He does a good way of like changing how he putting it out there, but he knows that he's had to sacrifice certain things to make it to certain levels. So, you know, it's not a surprise.
they're gonna try to hurt people around you because they feel a certain type of way about you, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was at a point I felt guilty, and that was like back dissing the dead and doing this and doing that, and it's like, damn, anybody right here with me 24/7. So if I'm dissing them and shit going up, and he end up dying or he end up dying, damn.
You see? Even though, you know, that's what's been happening around there. They doing a lot of dissing in Chicago, and a lot of people end up dead. And rumor has it, only one to make it out is Chief Keef.
You know what I'm saying? Play it different, play it way smarter, but we never had guidance either at the same time.
I heard someone say, they were like, "Yo, man, Durk done made it, man. Why you still aim lyrics or bars at what's
making it?"
I guess it's you're rich and successful. You got a lot of money.
But what's making it? Because I can call somebody that got, well, not to throw a rapper name out there, but I can call somebody that got more money than one of the biggest rappers in the world.
I wonder who he know. Now, if he talking about the richest rapper in the world, then he must be talking about Jay-Z. Like he said, not throw no names out there, but do you know any rappers richer than that? No, I don't know no rappers richer than that. So if he talking about Jay-Z, and well, see, Puffy's not necessarily a rapper, even though they considered him like in that, he was not a rapper. But money up there, money long. But who he know? It got to be somebody in the nation.
I guess they're saying that.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's probably someone in the nation connected to the Blue Bloods, but we won't get into it.
You don't live like you don't live in
That's
like
why he's wearing the hat.
Reality these days is foreign cars, a lot of money, mansions. You're not in those.
See, I ain't in that world.
Neighborhoods anymore that you can't escape. This is a choice for you, while for them it's not a choice.
No, I'm getting better at it. My decision making, my thinking, my choice of people to hang with, everything got better.
So if that is the case, right now, this interview came out a little while ago. Not recently, to be honest with you. He put it up on his page, but I want to say it was out somewhere else that they had did this a while ago. And he said that, again, his thinking, the people, his circle has gotten better. And this is where it gets big, right? Because if they, like I've been saying, it's possible that things could have been a setup, but it would start with the circle. So let's get into his circle.
I'm saying, how to move the negative energy from around me. See everything slow down now and everything. Like, moving better. So I got a better team. I got new management. Like, nigga, when I say almost healed, I'm talking about I didn't fire my whole management team. I had to take over my bills. I had to take over the taxes. I had to take over who I was paying. I had to find out who's stealing. I had to find out who fake. I got to find out motherfucking who I can trust.
Don't let it go over our heads again. Okay? Homie just said he fired his whole team. Okay? Started with his management team, right? And now, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't think I am mistaken, there were 3 people, maybe 4, but 3 people linked with credit cards that linked back to OTF, right? So when they were taken out and OTF was created, I can't quite remember exactly what we read yesterday for the timeline of when they basically had the credit cards and everything and the label taken out and created, but there was only 3 to 4 people with those cards. So if Durk just told you all he was getting rid of and firing and had to clean it out, like I said, he said someone was stealing, right? He also said he needed to figure out all of that. So if that is the case and he wasn't paying attention to much stuff, it's easy for someone else to go ahead, plan, plot, execute out everything else because he's not paying attention. He just told y'all that.
Got to find out what a safe place to start everything at one time. Everything at one time. And all this happened in 2 months.
See?
What happened?
Quick.
That gave you that realization, like, yo, y'all got to make a change because usually people gotta bundle their head.
This is recently. This is last year.
See what I mean? He made that change. Like he said, this is recently, last year. Now, for interview purposes, I'm going to have to check to see when exactly this interview came out. Like I said, he posted it up to his page recently, which I'm sure it was to get in on all of the stuff going on, right? For all the news. But let's just say for interview purposes, this interview took place February. If that happened last year, right? We're in 2024. Let's just say it could have even been 2023. When the whole killing thing took place was what, 2022? So if all of that did occur and he found out and goes, oh no, y'all did me dirty. Hold up. I didn't tell y'all to go get that. I didn't tell y'all to do that. And then he finds out what happens and he figures out the credit cards and all of that stuff switch. Wouldn't you want to change everything around you and move differently too?
This is last year. Like I'd rather sit back and game plan and figure out how I want to live my life before I even step back in the camera to try to get some quick money. I could easily came back dissing and I can do all that. I could say let's go to the celebrity game and play ball for money. Let's box. Let's motherfucking rap, battle, beat, whatever you call it. I can do all that, but I'm a thinker. I want to sit back and be like, damn, I got to do this for my kids. I got to make sure bro them good. I got to make sure bro them mama good. I got to make sure bro them who died, they kids good. I got to make sure. So one word, one bar I say anything can fuck everything up.
So now we know that he's been on more of a grown man game as of late. So it tells me that if he's been thinking as of late, and he's probably been doing this for the last few years, you know, we got it. Everything that they got, we need to comb through. We need to comb through the evidence and how it's put out.
You know, obviously, clearly, still just some other shit. But what was the difference between like your old team and the current team in whether it's energy or just the path you were headed on? What do you feel that change did for you in terms of, you know, allowing you to make better decisions?
It was like I was being carried. Like just say if I have security, right? Just say we do a show, and they'll be like, I'm just gonna throw a number out there that I can prove. So just say a show would be like, man, they want to give you $500. $500? Yeah, you get $500?
You know he always pocket watching. You know he always pocket watching.
I got real proof. Like
pocket watching.
Everything I say in the interview is real. Everything I say is like 1,000 type shit. Proof. Can show you after. Can show you when you actually live, whatever. But so in my mind though, at the time, I'm thinking like, okay, bet 500. I'll take 500.
He gonna get into the finances and how they break down the finances in the music business, which, you know, smart on his part. Took him a little while to even get it and figure it out. I want to get into a little bit of something else that he talks about.
Pull up here with like 50 niggas. For what? Paid security. I pay him. I paid her. I paid this. I paid that. Oh, you good? I
All right.
room key. All right. Especially like, man, I believe in higher power, man. And I know. Never mind. And I know some of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I didn't come around this motherfucker Dullo for real. Let me stop playing. So you kind of.
First thing he said though was he believes in a higher power, right? So the question that Ak asked him was like, you know, you be running around. I thought you run around with 50 people, and he's like, for what? I believe in a higher power.
You kind of figured out that, you know, it probably less is more.
I just know how to move. I know how to move, bro. I know how to move. I'm just gonna say that.
And you realize at least with your team, like in downsizing, like your less is more, right? You probably was doing a lot of redundancies. You start realizing that you're just not in control of what's going on with your career, and you probably
like credit from holding my IDs to holding my credit cards. I want to buy India a motherfucking car. I got to go to 3 different people for me to make it happen.
So everything that he's about to say and that we're about to get into is why I feel as though they are in that, okay, we're going to set him up because he don't want to push what we pushing and he don't want to listen no more. So here's what we're going to do to fix that.
My credit ain't right, or so it was just like, yeah, it was like
you heard him say he had to go through 3 different people just to buy a car.
I was like a little boy or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then being that talking like I'm a big dog, like, man, what? Ooh, I got, but I got to go through 4 different people to buy a car. I got to go through 4 different people to buy me a car.
That's the industry.
Know how much a car is. After taxes, I just tell them to buy it.
That's the industry.
The whole time. They probably already had it for the low. Kept the extra. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, that happens to a lot of people as they scale up. Like at this point, you know what I mean?
For those of you who think that they drinking alcohol, academics most likely drinking alcohol. But that was for Lil Durk, he not drinking alcohol. He drinking Lil Durk drinking cucumber water.
Oh, you can't steal $1.
At this point today,
I can't steal it.
You log into your own bank account, so you log into your own bank accounts and like check your balance.
I check my balance. I got a financial advisor. My new management helped me just like manage my money now. Just like, why would you buy that and you fuck with them? Call them, tell them to send you some shit. It'd be like the smallest shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the smallest shit to help. And it'd be like, damn, they could have did that shit. Yeah.
But they rather take the money from you, Durk. You know they don't give a shit about you. They about the money, the image, and what you bringing to them. Period. That's the industry.
I'm saying.
That's good. So that's part of the healing process then. When I hear the album Almost Healed, I'm thinking, you know, there's been a lot of trauma that you obviously been through, however you dealt with it. You're trying to come out on the other side. Even a song with like, you know, like sounds like This sounds like a guy who could focus on other things other than dwelling in maybe the anger and the hate and the resentment.
And the motherfucker constantly say shit, build shit. A nigga start believing that shit. Like, yeah, damn, he really did that. Like how?
Yeah, I think that was surprising.
That's the thing with media.
And by the way, a lot of people don't even know this shit because you have to be tapped in with like to really even know, like even some of this shit that you even addressing. Because a lot of people, you're synonymous with the opposite of what them niggas is even saying. You're synonymous with the care of niggas.
Yeah, receipts for every situation, every nigga, every situation.
Fucking Hennessy, man. It's not even Hennessy. It's old. Anyway, yo, drink.
I'm up here drinking cucumber and lemon water, man.
What, cucumber and lemon water?
Yeah, I'm detoxing.
For what?
50 million.
What did he say? I'm detoxing. For what? 50 million.
No, I just want to get my body right.
We don't get to that part.
Just playing. He not playing. Okay? He knows and understands when you clean and cleanse, the clarity is different and the energy is different.
Watching things. I was arguing with a nigga. I was arguing for you.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand these things.
But wait, before we get to that.
I'm like, I don't know when I'm gonna drop this shit. I just know I'm in the studio working. Next.
The 6ix9ine thing.
That was dropping the album he was talking about.
6ix9ine was somebody who, you know, he showed me a lot of love.
This gets into the whole 6ix9ine. And how he feels about 6ix9ine.
Oh, you just said this about Durk.
But we about to get into how he feels about them squeaky, squeaky, squeakies. Yeah, those rats.
That's what Durk for. And you. And guess who they gonna come see? Watch. How they gonna know what's going on? Oh, you just said this about Durk. That's what Durk post. And you. Some shoes. I'm not falling for that shit. Like, I know it's not like.
Why don't you engage? Because a lot of people engage
like that.
Because that conversation back and forth. Like, for example, if you tweet somebody who they think you don't like right now and say, "Fuck you when I see you, you dead," and then you drop a song or you drop an album or you whatever, they're like, "Yo, this is the biggest gangster because he tweeted."
See, Academics is doing it for the clout because he's, this has never been his lifestyle, right? He's never actually been in the streets for that. So for him, it's a whole clout. Like a lot of other rappers utilize that whole, I'm gonna diss somebody to do this and make that, right?
No, like so the internet sometimes feeds into it.
It's different.
Then when you see him, then he dead. Then guess who they gonna come see?
That's what's happening right now. That's what's happening to him right now. Homie dead. They had the beef, and guess who they coming to see?
That's how I look at it. Everybody
look at that.
It like internet. I'm gonna say this just to get this popping. I real life try to stay out the way because it's like the people behind me, the knowledge I got behind me, the leaders I got behind me. I try not to get into it with people. Like I'm trying to turn all the hate to love.
So,
hi, this is Spencer Raskoff, co-founder and chairman of
You guys, okay, cool. That one got skipped quick.
It's like I know certain niggas I just can't take serious.
Can't take them serious.
I know, like I can show you receipts. I can show you a DM from a motherfucker like, hey man, I'm gonna make a motherfucker say sorry. I'm gonna make him say sorry. Hey, he ain't mean to say that. That don't go. I got all that, but it just be like, post it for what? I'm trying to get $1 billion or close to it. So me posting something, you saying you don't want no problems after you know what I'm saying?
So let me stay on the 6ix9ine thing. Y'all issue is a little bit just common. I think he had said something
from sales. Like, I really don't give a fuck about album sales. Like, it don't matter. Cause any rapper, from the biggest to the littlest, respect me. And not like I respect, they fuck with me. I fuck with them. I respect them. So there ain't no album sales. We gonna get the support. If the music ass, the music ass.
And that's why he ain't out here chasing clout.
I know for him,
You know?
he felt.
That's all I think in my head. I'm see you. I'm not calling your teeth at him. Taking care. Cause you any rapper, from the biggest to the littlest, respect me. And
I know y'all saw that part.
I respect. They fuck with me. And I fuck with them. I
No fault.
respect them. Respect them.
And with that song with Drake, please don't play that.
That's what I was looking for.
We don't listen to rats or whatever. I personally felt you shut the chapter on going back and forth with him or issues with him. I just want to hear from the horse's mouth, like, what was your overall thought before it, and then why after that song I've never seen you kind of address it again, really, except for this recent deal which you want to talk about.
I'm not calling your teeth at your mouth.
That was to 6ix9ine for those who haven't keeping up.
That's all I think in my head. I'm see you. I'm not calling your teeth at him. I don't want nobody dead. Why won't you dead? Give me a good reason why I want 6ix9ine dead.
Well, I think people thought.
That's their situation and what they felt about their people. What did you do that somebody else ain't doing YouTube or something?
Well, a lot of fans thought that maybe you just hated him because he cooperated. He told.
Hate him. I hate all rats.
All rats. All rats.
If you ever told,
That's what he said.
tell, I hate you, like with a passion. Like that took away half of my. That made me who I am today. That took away half of my life. Like motherfucker telling on my pops and that's what, you know what I'm saying, I needed. So I was raised by a woman. You know what I'm saying, which is my mama. Taught me with nigga I know. So I really hate rats with real passions. Like I hate you bad. I'm looking to the camera. I hate fucking rat. But other than that, it's like, what you do?
I don't think people realize that. Like, it might not. I think they thought it was specific to him. It's just you're just not a fan of action.
What the song?
Well, I guess you're saying they thought your feelings
Spit it
were
out.
more personal.
Say the truth for 5 seconds and know your way is gonna cooperate.
Because you in a natural environment.
He gonna get into talking about Gunna being into the ratting and all that very shortly. Try and get you to that.
When you had that, because that bar is like
for 5 seconds.
They still talking about.
When you mentioned his name on the song with Drake, was that the hit song together?
All right.
Yes, I play my game too.
No, I'm saying I never said no name.
Was that deliberate? And did you say
I never said his name?
Well, I know, but when you had that, because that bar is like infamous. Did you say I would never talk about it again?
I'm talking about all rats.
Here goes some federal stuff.
I never implicate myself to nobody.
Yo, this guy. Yo, Durk think he play my games. I play my games too.
No, I'm saying I never said no name.
All right.
So if I make a rap and say what I say, you gonna say,
please do not play that little boy in the club because we don't listen to rats. If you all right, let me play the mind games with you too. So if we're in the club right now and a DJ is about to play Gunna, would you let him play Gunna?
Who?
Gunna.
Who?
They ain't got nothing to do with me. That's the DJ. That's the DJ said.
Would you play Gunna in the club?
Would I play Gunna in the club? Yeah. No.
Why'd you unfollow him?
This is important. All right. This is important because it goes to show that there is a narrative in the media that's bigger than what is actually happening. You see, he asked him why he unfollows him. Lil Durk immediately grabs his phone.
Y'all had a hit song.
Okay.
Y'all had a hit
So
song.
that again, he said, I got receipts. Lil Durk says, I got receipts, but I have receipts for it all. Here's the receipts. The media came out telling us that he unfollowed him because of him being a rat. But what do we see here?
You never unfollowed.
He said he never unfollowed him.
No, nigga.
I never unfollowed Gunna.
See, you trying to mind. Do you think Gunna's
So again, the media puts out what they would like in order to spin these narratives. What do? They take this man right here and they say, oh, he's never liked rats. We're going to have him unfollow this man publicly and watch what happens.
I promise you, I never follow on my kids. I never unfollow.
You never follow.
On my kids, I never unfollow.
Okay.
I don't know who unfollow.
All right. Well, you got a whole song dissing him. You say what happened to Virgil, he probably gonna tell.
Who?
Who?
If this was the courtroom and you sitting up
That's
here
right.
telling me who I'm talking about.
You can sit. I'm asking.
No. Answer the question.
I can't tell you who you're talking about. So now,
so that's a sign.
That's right.
Okay.
Like you said, I won't be implicating myself to anybody.
Okay, cool.
So let me ask you directly.
So now you putting your story together yourself. I never said nobody's name.
Do you believe that Gunna is a snitch?
Huh?
You believe that Gunna told?
That. Nah, I don't sit up and play games, man. That man told. You should have went in there and kept your mouth closed.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I thought you were trying to reverse it. I'm like,
hell no.
I'm like,
I just said I never.
It scares you. I'm like, yo, huh? I'm like, I'm gonna like.
Hell no. I never like. I follow. I don't know. I never like. Why I didn't. I don't know. I just don't take that shit, Instagram, all that shit type shit serious. But if you a rat, you're a rat.
You're right.
And if you rewind this clip a little bit, I looked to the camera and I told you, if you're a rat, I fucking hate you. Cause I love Thug.
Did you ever think though?
That's it.
I mean, there's politics to it a little bit though, right? Like you have a hit song with him. Like I ain't gonna lie, if I have a hit song,
if I got a hit song with somebody, and I'm not even talking about Gunna. If I got a hit song with somebody, and that motherfucker 10 times platinum, I'm never playing on stage.
If he told,
He said he wasn't talking about Gunna though.
You can't hate rats that much.
I can say right now. I can say right now.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance. So
He'll be off in a second.
I get calls from real ones like pops, motherfucking jail, motherfuckers who steal.
Right.
Yeah, more. Hey, don't do that. That's little nigga shit. Don't do that. I still got niggas like excuse my language. I still got people like that in my ear that I call mentors, that I call leaders. So I listen to them.
Rightfully so.
Me saying that about any of them is gonna do it to me. Stop my concerts.
But isn't it beneficial for your career to kind of like?
So, now we got his stance on how he feels about the rats. We've also looked at to understand that, well, people have been supporting them. With this, it also shown that he and his social media and the things that we see can very easily be manipulated and controlled. We have also learned that he's had to get rid of his whole team over a year and some change ago. He got rid of his whole team because there were people back there doing things that weren't supposed to be happening. Money was missing. People were lying. So for them to go, oh yeah, they put this credit card in this day, they did this credit card this day, and that's going on this day based off of everything coming from OTF. Well, just because it came from OTF doesn't necessarily mean that Durk was the one to swipe that card or state what was stated to make those things happen.
This is not a game. Like religion is like the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So they like you gotta know the book in 2 days. Like just learn it. As long as like
talking about religion.
Learn it, like all that matters. I'm not trying to impress nobody in this room about me in the crime. If I don't know my Il Fatiha, I don't know my Il Fatiha. That's the opening of the prayer. I ain't finna be like, I know my Il Fatiha. I got 9 rules. I got I really get on my knee every day. Stay on it. That's when you're gonna know, like, oh, that's what he was talking about. Because you're gonna see the difference, you're gonna see the change.
And when you get on your stuff on your daily and you do what you need to do, and you start those, you keep up with your prayers and all of this stuff, well, that demon come knocking on the door, especially if you let it go before. It's definitely coming back. And the industry is the same. They came knocking. They trying to pull them back.
Like my pops will come around us. Oh, ain't no not praying.
No, his pops went to support him the other day. Came out to support him for what was going on in his case.
Like he speak, they praying, we praying Arabic. So it's like even during Ramadan, even till today, I get up, set the phone up. I know the prayer, I know the movement, I know everything. So when you pray, he's speaking in Arabic. But he ain't doing nothing but speaking the Quran. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
That's dope. That's dope, man. I think people have probably wondered, but never got like clarity. And I'm glad you're getting a chance to explain it. Yeah. And I see you were promoting mad drink shit, even though drink shit, man. But it was just like, yo, I know we from Chicago, but I'm clearly not fucking.
Slide on me, act.
All right.
I'm like Kanye on it.
Hi, I'm Micheline, and I'm a therapist that goes to.
He getting into the Kanye thing and how that was something that happened and why he stopped messing with him and how everything went down and that they ended up chatting about it afterwards. It's just Kanye was throwing a party or someone else was throwing a party, had them all there because there's bigger politics behind the scenes for the city. Tried to get him there with another person that reps another gang, and that shit didn't work out so well. With that being said, because it didn't work out so well, it's unfortunate. I'm sure, like he'll tell you all through here, that Kanye probably had good intentions, and the people with the powers that be there probably had good intentions in trying to keep it all going, but it just didn't work out so well.
Slide on me, act.
Let's see.
So out of touch. Maybe you just don't know. Kanye don't know. Like, man, Kanye over here following his wife and he's worried about Pete Davidson. Like, he don't know what's going on. It's yay.
It's yay.
Talking about it.
Look at that look.
Genius. You're right.
And it was the free Larry Hoover concert. You definitely knew. Right?
Yay knew.
Genius.
Okay.
But he probably didn't mean no harm. He probably was like, I want to see this shit. But it's like it don't necessarily be the rappers. The rappers don't have say so. The rappers in Chicago, that's all I can speak for, don't have say so. Because they not doing they're not doing that.
Have you talked to Ye? I'm pretty sure it's not like fuck Ye for life type shit. You probably just wasn't on the same page with that in.
No, it wasn't never like fucking for life. I had a conversation with him afterwards, and that's what he was telling me. He was like, man, I want to bring the peace back. I want to bring the peace back to Chicago. I want to do this, do that. And I had to tell him how easy. I'm like, it ain't easy like you think. I'm like,
it's probably not. And Ye's been out of the actual limelight for that scenery for quite some time. Even though, let's not get it twisted, Ye knows some big homies over there, and and I'm sure Durk's big homies are Ye's homies, and it's a small world. It's a small world. All right. Now, with that, thank you all for popping up. But before I get you all out of here, I want to take you to something I paid attention to earlier on. Lil Durk had a music video, right? So let me see if I can find that. And this is a new, just came out. All right, let me see if y'all are rocking on it. New video, but it wasn't that. It was. He said something in public. You see, Durk's already look at it, monitoring me. So for me to sit here and believe Durk didn't know what was happening and the things that were going on, I find it hard to believe. The song is called "Monitoring Me," right? Which means that Durk was paying attention. And he knew. Let's see what he said. And his DM and made him apologize. I can't tell you what I had told him for real. My shit be monetized. Lil bro want that fast shit. When he go to Six Flags, he don't get on rads. He said, I can't tell you what I told him for real because it be monetized. Why is that? Charles the ball play $1,000 lines just to say he drink an act. Half them niggas who rap that be in the rack don't even be in the rack. One of the ops a little fast, you can tell his dad used to run laps. Okay. I'm just saying now.
Merch on all my kids, little boy, you ain't make a gun club. You can't tell me shit, even though we cool. I can't tell them get your gun back. I can't.
You know, because all the stuff be monetized. So what that told me when I started reading this, and I'm sure you'll find more, well, hearing this, and I'm sure you'll find more things in it, is that, well, he know they was watching him. And he knows he been being watched for years. Best believe he knew what was going on.
Is he up too close to miss this one man? I just did it just cause I fuck with him. My L1 before jump man. How you gonna tell a nigga don't fuck with another nigga and you ain't done shit? How you gonna tell a nigga he's safe when you in your city? You ain't even a gunman. How you
gonna... Okay. You know, there's a lot going on there.
Don't tell a killer you can't send him nothing cause you brought a bitch a little something. You know that money be different, they come to your... You know, I got killers all my friends. Man, the top 5 bitches out right now had ass all in my hand.
He said he got them killers all as his friends. And we ain't saying.
I know he was a real killer because I seen him do it. He ain't even wipe off his hand. I ain't never see you do nothing. I ain't never see you shoot shit up. I ain't never hear you say nothing. But I heard you told dude, get up. If you post in the hood, we gonna get up with you. If you...
And again, this came out 3 weeks ago. All right. And this one is off that new up-and-coming album that he got coming up called Deep Thoughts. But to be honest with you, the last album was the one where they basically was like, look, Durk, you doing too much. You trying to change up, which is why he tried to come back with stuff like this. So that way he could get in their good graces. And they were like, no, no, no. We don't think you'll be there anymore. And it's unfortunate. So, with that being said, I'm about to take off. I appreciate you all coming in, checking in, and staying with me for the time. Feel free to hit those buttons at the bottom of the page, like, subscribe, leave them comments. Look, let me give you a rundown of what we just ran down real fast. So with this going on, we went through to figure out that Lil Durk has had to get rid of half his team, most of his team, most of the people on his team. He got rid of them, right? Years ago. So in my eyes, when he was telling us he was getting rid of them people, it's telling me that he's seen some things going on that he wasn't cool with and that he knew he needed to step away from. Okay. The industry, obviously, they wanted to pull him back in and draw him back in with the bull sugar. And they're going to go ahead and swipe his cards on some stuff. So all of it's going to come out in court. Whether or not it will or won't be true, different story. Anyways, thank you for tuning into the Twisted Tea, where we come to bring you the news with a twist. And go ahead and enjoy your day. With that being said, peace out.